Guys, have you ever found yourself in a situation where you felt inferior to someone else? I know we all go through this. We all find ourselves in certain circumstances and certain conversations in the company of certain people where we may not feel like we measure up. I have felt this way my entire life. And I tell you what, now is the time to stop them. I was at an event last night with a investment bank, a lot of highfalutin executives and entrepreneurs, very successful individuals. This whole room just reeked of ego, yet I didn't allow that environment to intimidate me. And I was really kind of proud of myself because at the end of the day, I would have sort of just blended into the background. I had somebody ask me, so what brought you to this event? And I said, well, I got invited, but I'm not really sure how I got invited. And I started to be apologetic. Like, I don't compete at your all's level. I am not a huge player like you guys are. I mean, I could have, and I started to go down that path, and then I stopped myself. I'm here for a reason. I'm on someone's radar, and that's a good thing. And I have every bit of right to be there as everybody else. I don't give a crap if you drove up in a Maserati or you've sold your company 2-3 times for, a bajillion more than I would probably ever see in my lifetime. Good on you, bro. I think that's awesome. But I am not going to compare myself to you. And as I had these conversations, what I recognized is even though there was a lot of egos in the room, there was also this very big underlying insecurity. These people, as successful as they are, and as braggadocious in some capacities as they were, still have to find their own way to be accepted by everyone else. When I sort of recognized that and I stopped myself from being apologetic, it changed the entire outlook. I had some very good, productive conversations. I was rippling my ass off in that room, and it really started to pay off. I had some really significant connections. I had some really good interactions. And when I walked away from it, I was very proud of myself because I think had I allowed myself to do what I would have normally done, which was to not truly engage, to not be a part of this, and to put myself, at an inferior position to these other people, then I would have missed a significant opportunity. And so I guess my advice to you is when you find yourself in these situations, remember you are a badass. Remember you are where you are right now. You've already won the lottery. I mean, you are, without question, just by where you are right now in your life, you're doing better than a significant portion of the population. And the reality is that you have to stand up for yourself and you have to lean into what you've accomplished and what you've been successful at. And you have to realize that whatever somebody else is doing and what they've done really doesn't have anything to do with you. It's what you have done that really is important. And the more confident you have in your life history, your work history, your success and track record, once you got through some of that BS, you got to meet some really cool people who have the same level of, insecurities and hopes and dreams and fears as I did. And I think you'll find that with the vast majority of people. There will clearly be some that will always stay on that high road, be on their high horse, let the ego be their only personal or professional brand representation. I have a word for those people. Next, move on to the next conversation, the next opportunity, and don't let yourself be judged. More or less, you judge yourself through their lens. How about that? Because I think it's super critical to make sure that if you are going to go out there and be successful in the world, you're going to connect, you're going to make a difference, you're going to create these positive ripples. What really is essential is that you believe in yourself enough to know that the world that needs to know you will rise up to meet you where you're at. And so I wanted to just share that because it was sort of a revelation for me last night, and I'm super proud of how I handled that situation, and even more excited about the types of conversations and the potential for future conversations that I had because I wouldn't let myself have that escape route or to back out gracefully or just to blend in. I realized I was there for a reason. Wasn't 100% sure what that was. Still not 100% sure what that was. But I made the best of a situation. I hope you can go out there and I hope you can create, that same sort of mindset the next time you find yourself sort of leaning towards oh, this person is so much more successful or has accomplished so much more, or they're not going to, think I'm as great as they are. Don't do it. Allow yourself to just be you, and the right kinds of people will pop up, the right kinds of conversations will develop, and the right opportunities will present themselves exactly when they're supposed to. Hey, just a word of thought there. I hope it is useful, helpful. I would love to hear your comments on this. Tell me I'm full of crap. Tell me, you needed to hear this. Tell me that you're struggling with it and you might need my help to figure it out. Clearly, you can tell that I'm still learning on the job in these situations. Man, it sure is fun. All right, guys, go out there and make a difference in the world, make a difference in someone's life, make a difference in your own life. And as always, you know what to do. Ripple on, my friends, ripple on.